Hello and welcome to Let's Play Rimworld. Nice for you to drop in. I'm Evilgrin and I want to show you before we start what mods I will use, how we will create the world and what we will exactly do. If you want to see the action right away, please feel free to just jump to the next video. It will be the first video of the actual game. Otherwise, let us just begin. I have quite a lot of mods installed. Not all of them are already tested by myself, but as far as I can see they are all working. I'll give you a short a short run through. These ones are the core mod and the mod orderer. These are not quite as impressive, they're only system-like. As well as these two. This one here changes the interface quite a bit. I'll show you once we have started. It will add little icons for the settlers we have and change some other things in the game. Enhanced tabs will give us more control over our colonists and we can check more of our details. Prepare carefully, I will show you as well, but I don't think I will use it. It allows us to change the colonists we will start with in quite a drastic way. We can change their skills, we can change their clothes and even their looks, but as I will explain shortly, it won't make much sense with what we will be starting soon. The next one is crash landing. That will change the start of the game to an actual crash of a spaceship with drops of multiple ship modules, which can be quite devastating. I also already tried it. I'm sorry. My voice keeps malfunctioning at the moment. Must be the weather. Crash landings, multiple different ship parts will crash around our colonists in the beginning. We have to control the fire, we have to rescue survivors, we have to try to rescue our meat from being burned. It's quite interesting and it's at least a bit more convincing than the usual start with 3 capsules landing. Less incident trolling will change a little bit how the AI will send us trouble on the way, in the meaning of sending us troops to raid us according to our number of colonists and not quite according to our wealth of the colony, which is quite... it's not cheating, but it's making the game a little bit easier than it would be usually. Because usually once you have started to put up some art in your colony, the raids will get quite out of hand and you will have a very hard time defending your colony. The next 3 I have not tried yet, but they are making very interesting changes to the game. X-Life, X-Plants and X-Tech will add new life forms, new plants and new technologies to the game. These ones will be Glitterworld technologies. I haven't seen much of them yet, but it sounded very interesting. Cave World Flora will add mushrooms that will grow on their own in caves. Then this is mechanical defense, which will give us the ability to add moving walls, new defense systems, new manufacturing systems, new power and storage abilities. I haven't tried these as well. I haven't tried quite a lot of them yet, but I thought they would be interesting and in worst case we can take them out afterwards. Hospitality will allow us to recruit visitors instead of having to capture them. This will also anger the faction they're from, but not as much as would attacking and capturing them would. Industrialization is simply put adding high quality steel and concrete and the possibility of manufacturing more efficiently than the usual colony would be able to. Infusions gives us clothes with something like better working speed and weapons with adds on research capabilities. Not that much that it would be very helpful, but it can be quite interesting. And this soiling will add the ability to move ground from one place to another in quite a way. I will use it that way, but actually it will allow us to build good soil on cave floor, for example. Or it will allow us to build sand on marshland, for example. It could be used for cheating, but I will use it in a way that I only place soil that I removed beforehand. So no cheating. Glass and lights will add ceiling lights, which we can add instead of the lamps that were usually added. I thought it would be more aesthetical and it allows us to build the rooms a bit more like we want to instead of how the lamps would idealized have to be placed. Rim beasts I have my experience with. It adds 3 kinds of beasts. It adds fort turtles, which have a harvestable shell, which can be used for building or building weapons. It adds feather raptors, which are quite devious and can be harvested for their feathers. And the third one was... what was the third one? I haven't encountered in the whole game. Oh yes, the third one is the insectoid faction, which will attack us from time to time. We can eat them, but they're not good for anything else. Rimworld is a weapon mod which adds 4 weapon factorers with different kinds of weapon. I will show you these in game. They're quite interesting and give the game a bit more depth than it has usually with the standard weapons. Rim hair will just add a bit more of a variety on the hair of the settlers and of course the raiders and everyone else who passes by. It just gives the game a little bit more variety on the pawns we see. Then there's the Rimworld security pack, which will add some new turrets, but they're quite expensive. I will show you when I get them, but they're not necessarily needed to survive. Autoseller I used the last time I played in German, and I didn't get up to it then, but in the end it proved to be quite useful, so I will probably use it as well. Then there's the A to B mod, which consists of these 3, which will add conveyor belts to the game, which we can use to transport objects from one point to another. I haven't tried it, I haven't seen it yet, but I am quite sure it will be useful. Power cell will add a mechanoid's power cell, which we can buy and use for ourselves. It's quite like a small reactor, but a little bit more efficient than the usual reactor. Oh my god, what is with my voice at the moment? Replacement organ crafting. I promise I will be a bit more clearer when I play actually, but at the moment you'll have to bear with me. Replacement organ crafting is what it says. We can craft our own hearts, livers and so on. Small solar stuff is solar panels, but in different sizes, and we can use different materials which will affect the power and the stability of these solar panels. Practice targets will add the ability to build a shooting range and some training dummies for our colonists to train their combat abilities on, which is quite useful and is sometimes also used for recreation. Solar stuff is the same as this one, but only for the standard solar panels, so we can build them from gold or from, I don't know, from uranium or from whatever we want to. The same goes for thermal stuff, which will change the thermal generators to use uranium or whatever we want to use. Weapon crafting, as it says, we can craft our weapons now, but it only is for the simple weapons the game also starts with, so we cannot build the real cool weapons, we have to still buy them. Training rack is just a bookshelf which a colonist can use to level up her skills or his skills. It uses some, no, not very much, but a little bit of resources, so we can't use it to level up our colonists in one go, but it's quite useful and I thought it would be nice to have it back in. Armor crafting. As weapon crafting, we can build armor, and this includes power armor, but it doesn't include all the armor which comes with the other mod packs. We still have to buy them if we want them. Battery stuffed is the same as thermal stuffed, only for batteries. Bionic replacement crafting, what it says. Campfire party, I saw this once, it's quite amusing. If your colonists are down, throw a bit of fire to, and they party around it. I think it would be funny to have it in, and we'll try it out. Conduit stuffed will give us the ability to build conduits from uranium or from gold, which is a bit more stable, and uranium is also fireproof if I recall correctly. Defense shield will give us the ability to use personal shields to set up real shield barriers, which will shield our colonists when defending the colony. I'll show you. It's not as easy to explain, but it's very useful if done right. Embrasures, as it says, will give us the ability to build embrasures to shoot through our walls and be a bit more defendable than it would be usually. Extended storage adds some things like skids and pallets and some chests for us to store materials in, but it wouldn't allow us to abuse the system, so a pallet would only store like 375 wood instead of 2 times 75 wood, which would lie on the floor. Fish industry will add fishing, and of course fish as a resource for food. Garden tools will add hydroponics that we can draw on the ground instead of building 4x1 hydroponic pots that we usually would have. The hydroponics room will allow us to set everything in one room, which is a hydroponic, to the same plant to grow, which makes things a bit easier, but again, it's not about cheating, it's about just managing the game a bit more efficiently. Mandible turrets, I left that in, but it's not that interesting because I hardly use it. It gives us the ability to mount a Gatling gun, so one colonist don't have to carry the Gatling gun around, but can really man it in front of the lines and start firing away, but I haven't used it very much at all. Medicine kit crafting is what it says. We can make our own medicine and even Glitter World medicine, but it uses quite a lot of resources, so it's not too easy to get good medicine storages at the beginning. Modular tables is almost the same like the garden tools. It will allow us to build tables in shapes we like instead of giving us the standard 2x4 or 2x2 tables, which are not as ideal to place in some rooms. More mechanoids will add, as it says, more mechanoids to the game. I already had them. They are quite devious and can do a lot of harm. I will show you in detail when they attack. Then more vanilla turrets will add military turrets, precision turrets, will add shrapnel turrets, and we can build our very own Vulcan turret, which is very cool but very expensive and very time intensive to build. But I will try to show you. It is very much fun to see how it shreds enemies apart. Multiple independently re-entry vehicle artillery MRVs will actually do exactly that what it says. It will give us multi-shot artilleries. One grenade means a lot of hail. Neurotrainer and AI persona core crafting is just make your own neurotrainers and your own persona cores. I hardly use them ever, and usually we have enough persona cores when the game is in late stage. What I didn't add yet, what I will add now, is fuse box, which will give us the ability to set a fuse box which will explode instead of a circuit we set up. Or better said, it will not explode, it will damage itself and our circuits won't burn the whole colony. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It sounds like a lot of fun. So, that's that. I hope you're still with me. Okay, then we have a new colony and we just take a randomized seed. I don't care very much for the seeds because once you have generated the, just pick what you are very interested to do. And for the first game, I won't make it too hard for us. I will check for probably something like year-round planting, moderate rainfall, flat terrain, temperate, or tropical rainforest is also very nice. We will see, but we can use Yet Prior as our colony planet. Then of course we start a new colony, and since I'm checking out that much new mods, I will use Phoebe Chillax and we go with Base Builder. I also have played already on Rough, which is quite hard once you get some things going. We will check it out later, but for the start we will have her and on a second lowest difficulty level. Okay, planet we already decided on. Then let's have a look. This area here looks quite nice. Well, we also could take one of these islands, which wouldn't change very much. It doesn't even affect if your colony can be visited or not. They probably have boats. Let's see. I would prefer tropical rainforest if not that hot. But we will also use a large map, so we won't have trouble finding resources. Marble and slate, it's quite okay. A lot of rain, flat terrain, from 18 degrees to 30 degrees. Can be hot, but doesn't have to. Okay, we'll take this. Good. Our colonists. I will also present them when we start the actual game. I just want to check so we don't start with total catastrophes. 3 nobles, for example, would be quite a problem because nobody would want to work at all. We need at least one who is good at cooking, one who is good at planting, and one who is good at research. And in best case, not one person for all 3 things. As for the skills, this in particular is the prepare carefully screen. We can change a bit here, but I don't intend to because a lot of stuff and a lot of personnel will crash onto our colony, so we will be quite troubled with staying alive at all. And I also tested it. It also happens that one of your starter colonists will get hit by a crashing ship part, and that's it. No more colonist. Let's see. We have 2 not intellectual. I don't like that. Cave world tunneler. Barkeep is most cases good on social skills. Okay, I think we can have him like this. Nervous optimist, green thumb, hard worker, medicine, growing. I would love to have someone with green thumb as grower, so you would be general worker mostly, and our barkeep has also green thumb. But, oh, heat lover. Heat lover is good if we start in tropical rainforest. Okay, I think we can go with these. Okay, you can ignore these points. These were created by the developer of this mod, so he had some base on which he could add or distract points, but they don't really mean anything as we are not changing a lot of stuff in here. As you can see, we would have 846 points to spend. And oh, we would have our own male black wasp. But I don't like starting with animals. They are not very helpful. Instead, I prefer... Where is it? Assault rifle. Come here. Instead of having pistol, a survival gun and a knife, I prefer to have 2 assault rifles. If I can find them. Wait, I just saw it, I saw it. There it is. Add 2. And for brawling we take. No, that's too expensive. A copper longsword. Damn it. So where was it? There. 2 assault rifles, copper longsword, and the rest we will take in silver. And that's it. Thank you for joining me in preparing this colony. Once I hit start, we will start the actual colony, and my recording program will also just make a cut. So I make a cut here. If you liked this video, thumbs up is for free. If you didn't, thumbs down is for free as well. I will save it in the actual gaming video, but if you want to have any of these mods, or if you want to check out the game for yourself, you find the links to each in the video description. And all questions, suggestions can go in the comment section. And I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.